No.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. We are back to discuss the latest episode of The Flash, which happens to be the season finale. It's been a fun ride for 23 episodes. Wow. Um, Jay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Having a good evening tonight as we wrap this on up for this season.
Mm-hmm. So last night's episode was an hour and 3 minutes long.
Was
It said 8 o'clock to 9:03. It went
all
over
the
by
commercials? It was 43 minutes long.
It went over by 3 minutes.
Okay.
So, just the FYI, went over by 3 minutes. However,
It was heavy, people.
Yeah, it kind of should have been 2 hours. There was a lot happening within a very small, finite amount of time that it might as well have just been a 2 hour season finale. But, it was only an hour. So, let's see. What happens first in the episode?
The monologue, actually. Because they do the monologue, but they do it from inside of Star Labs. So it's actually like the whole I'm Barry Allen, yada, yada, so forth. Tonight, I'm going to get justice for my father, and that day happens to be the day. Boom. You start the episode with him facing off against Harrison Wells. We kind of do need to go over what happened in the last episode.
No, they captured Wells. The end. What?
Quick previous episode, the last 5 minutes, which is the only thing that's actually worth watching outside the whole Cisco sexual tension thing. They Firestorm, Arrow, and Flash capture Harrison Wells, aka Eobard Thawne, aka Reverse Flash. Now we're going to this episode.
See, whatever. All right, so Barry decides to talk to Wells and I guess try to find out why. Why did you kill my mother? Why? So what did you think about the discussion between Barry and Wells?
I thought Kavanaugh was doing his best Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man impression by being a douchebag. Because I'm sorry, that whole thing was funny because basically he said it's because he hated him. I'm like, there's like no reason. I'm gonna kill your mama because I hate you.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't. I was hoping for a deeper reason that due to Barry's inaction and not being able to be fast enough, he didn't save his son, or some reason to swear vengeance against Barry. I was assuming that some loved one was killed by mistake in Barry's act of some sort. The Flash. That's what I thought it was. But it just seemed like he was bitter that the Flash was faster than him, or that the Flash even existed and he couldn't be the all cool one that was a speedster.
Well, here's the problem. In comic book fans, you might gonna get a little bit upset with me. If you read the comic, from what I understand about Reverse Flash, is basically he's like the world's worst fanboy. Basically. The whole reason why he hates him initially is because he doesn't go far enough, because he is initially from the 26th century or something, like 25th or 26th century, which one exactly, but he basically is like he was a fanboy of Barry Allen. But the thing is, something in the show to explain why he hated him. They just don't say. So the only thing I can go off of is what happened in the comics. And in the comics, he basically, from the way they describe him, he was a fanboy. A fanboy gone horribly wrong, actually. So I don't. That's one of my gripes with this episode and this season as a whole. Actually, is that they didn't do anything to say why he hated him. They just like, oh, he hates him, and that's it. Like you got to have something more to that. It can't just be, oh, he hates him, and that's pretty much what they did.
Yeah, it was kind of like it just didn't make sense because for you to hate somebody so much, you're willing to go back in the past to kill their young self, and because you didn't have a chance to, you kill their parent. Like, really?
Yeah. And he does a good job of explaining, like, look, the reason why was because I figured if I do something so jarring to you, you'll never be Flash. And then when I go back, I couldn't, and then I had to pretty much make you, which kind of says the whole season has been on an alternate time anyway. The entire season because of what he did that night in the Allen household, basically. Basically.
Yeah,
So
so let's see what happens next.
well, next is comes the pretty much the heart of the whole episode, which is basically like him trying to figure out what he should do. Should he do it? Should he not do it? I mean, this is like one of the weirdest slash best season finales ever because of how they did it for, especially for a superhero show or a hero show. It was actually how they did it because most times in a hero show, you know, you have the hero have a climactic fight sequence, and they didn't do that this time. It was more about the choice of what do you do? Do you go and change the past and lose out on everything you have, or do you, you know, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
What was about basically.
Barry was going around asking everybody. So he
Yeah.
asked Joe, and Joe was like, go ahead and do it. Wells has been jacking up all of our lives for quite some time. Blah blah blah. And then Barry goes to talk to his father, and his father's like, "No, don't do it. Do it."
His father's like, so damn mind.
He was like, you are the man who you are. Your mother wouldn't want you to do that. Yada yada yada. There was a few like little tearjerker moments in there.
Okay, that's.
I was like, wait, am I watching The Flash or am I watching General Hospital?
This is my problem because a lot of people been saying they was crying. I'm crying in this episode, and the reason why is because they spoiled it in the preview last week.
Yeah, no, I wasn't crying, but I can see how people could be. It got all emotional and the characters were crying on there.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they kept crying.
Poor Barry, I don't think he has any tear drops left.
Yeah,
I mean, he was crying at the very beginning when just talking to Wells, and Wells was like, "I loved you like a son," and that started Barry going.
Yeah. Well, the that was like part of the problem was because of how he's been acting like the whole season with with all of them actually, like because he helped them put away people who were dangerous.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird for them to have to deal with that. I mean, it was some acting in there. I have to give it that. It was some great acting going on in there, but yeah, the waterworks was on a little bit too much, in my opinion.
You thought it was a soap opera.
Well, I didn't think it was a soap opera. I just think it was just crying too much. I'm like, dude, you have a choice to make. I mean, and
Yeah.
it was funny how everything kept getting worse as the episode went on.
Let's see. What else did we have happen?
You gonna talk about your Iris?
Well, whatever. Then she was like talking to Barry as if they were already married. And then to her like, this isn't a coincidence. I met you, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. We are meant to be. And then she like flips and is like, I love you, Eddie. I'm like, wait. how you were gonna be Iris West Allen? Like I'm very confused. I was. What was the span of time? Because wasn't it only like a few hours that he had to decide?
Yeah,
So like,
he only had like a few hours.
yeah. So I was confused as to how she flipped
You
that.
would
If she had just stayed focused on Eddie, like, just because that's what the newspaper says doesn't mean that's what's going to be, I love you, then I could have respected her. But she was already talking about, let's pick out the cake basically with Barry. Like Eddie didn't even exist anymore. And then Eddie says some slick words, also, and she's back with Eddie. And I'm like, I can't with her. I can't with her.
and I'm talking, they holding hands and everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
dang.
I'm like, okay, weren't you? Okay, well then, I guess y'all just gonna have like a three-way marriage right there, because apparently you was gonna be flip-flopping the whole time, all the way past walking down the aisle.
Because I was talking about that to a coworker of mine, and I'm like, even if Eddie and Iris she was gonna cheat on him because every time she needs something, every time.
Yep.
Every time, it's not like one or two times. No, it's every time. If she needs something, she goes to run to Barry 1st. Then she goes.
He was right. He was like, "There's always been three people in our relationship," and it's true.
Yep.
So it was just you guys know how I feel about Iris. You know what it is.
Yeah. I gotta ask you, how did you feel about that when he does go back and his future self tells him not to do it, and he has to like basically hear his mother get killed?
Yeah,
That got me. I'm like, bruh, I don't think I could have did it. I would have ran out there and bowled reverse flash in the head.
But the thing is, okay, never mind. Because then you get. I was about to ask a question, but I realized that you get really bogged down in the space time continuum type questioning, which was
What's
going
the
on
question?
my little post on Google Plus.
What's the question?
I was gonna say, I was like, well, for future speedster Barry to tell other speedster Barry don't intervene, as if
He knew
future
what happened.
speedster Barry knew that his mom was going to die, and that's why he only saved his kid's self. But at the same time, if you knew your mom was going to die, and maybe for whatever reason, maybe he did fix it that his mom didn't die and something goes really wrong in that
Yeah, and that's
timeline,
why.
to let her die. But
It,
could you fix it so there would be less circumstantial evidence against your father? I
well,
mean,
it was kind of like a nod to comic book fans of Flashpoint Paradox, where the mom does die and he has to go back in time, saves his mom. In the comic, he goes back in time, saves his mom. The world goes to hell in a handbasket. He has to go back and stop himself from doing it.
yeah, stop himself from
It
doing it.
was kind of like a nod to that kind of.
But I mean, in any time, any space time continuum type movies, that's always comes up, where they realize by changing the past you destroy the future, so you have to go back and let whatever play out. But then his dad still have to go to jail. You couldn't set up some type
Yeah.
of something. You couldn't get rid of the knife.
Well, that's the thing that always threw me off about it. I'm like, because I know why Joe in the beginning told him he had to go do it, because Joe felt bad because they railroaded him. They railroaded his
Hmm.
dad.
Yeah.
He
So it's
felt
like,
that was guilt.
exactly. So it's like, okay, you are now holding your mom as she has her death rattle. She's like, Barry, my son. Barry's crying again. At this point, your dad's knocked out over here. So when your mom, how about you scoop up the knife so your dad doesn't, like an idiot, pick up the knife and stand over his dead wife's body?
Which is probably exactly what he did.
Well, that's based off the they when they do the flashback. That's what you see what he does. I'm like, are
Yeah,
you serious? Are you that stupid? Who picks up the knife? What are you doing with the knife? You can't heal her with the knife, so why did you pick it
yeah.
up? But it's like you scooped up your kid self out of there and took him far away. Why didn't you scoop up your dad and take him out of there? So when the cops arrive,
There's nobody in the house.
there's nobody in the house, and then now it just looks like somebody broke in and killed the wife.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one of those situations where you're like, okay, that has to do with the writing.
I mean, you know.
But
And at no point in time did they say how many years Barry's father was in jail for.
yeah, because I think he wouldn't get the max because that would have been basically his first offense.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just not, then, he could have got out due to good behavior, blah, 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 because now you also have Joe in the corner, so you have a cop saying, yeah, he should be let out, yada, yada, yada. So it's like, he should have been out of jail by now.
Yeah, you would think. But I will say this: I did like the fact that he does have that heart to heart with Barry, like, dude, don't do it because everything happens for a reason. Don't do it. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was nobody to me had to be the voice of reason besides Cisco. I'm sorry, Cisco has been probably the best. And I thought at first when I first watched the first few episodes, I thought I was going to hate his character, but he is probably the best character on the series on the out of the season with Cisco.
Mm-hmm. And then, but you also remember you had Cisco and Wells talk,
Yeah,
and
that
Cisco
part
brings
was
up, like, you killed me. And Wells like, what? What are you talking about?
what
Killed me.
it's the funny, and this is the reason why I said that he was doing his best Tony Stark impression because Cisco pretty much says, "You kill me," and he's like, "I'm sorry," and he's like, "Yeah, it sucks." He's like, "No, not for killing you. I'm pretty sure I had a good reason for doing that." I'm like, "What?"
I was like, wow, wow.
Whoa, bro!
Like, you just gonna keep it real right now, huh?
Like you just don't care no more. So, I mean, yeah, that talk was actually cool, and then they admitted to the fact that he is gonna be Vibe. So everybody that wanted him to be Vibe, hey, guess what? You're getting Vibe. Um, also, and this right after that, where Barry actually goes into the particle accelerator to do the whole going back in time. They're showing from his past, present, and future, and they show Killer Frost. So at some point, Caitlin becomes Killer Frost.
Mm-hmm. Also,
I
keep
mean,
in mind that Wells did talk about Cisco
having a
be,
yeah.
being affected, and that he does have abilities. So Cisco might play out as well.
Yeah. I mean, my only thing about that is, and I hate I'm actually saying this, but I like Cisco and Caitlin together. I like their little banter and one offs. I don't want to see her go bad. I really don't. And in the comic, Killer Frost she's a villain. So I don't want to see her be the bad guy because I love their little back and forth to me. Like the way they act together
Mm-hmm.
is they have a good comedic timing and chemistry together. So I don't really want to see them break that up, you know. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that.
Um, what else happens? Oh, Caitlyn does finally get married, right?
Yeah,
To
that part fell out of place. I'm sorry. It kind of felt out of place. It really felt out of place.
they're like, well, the whole you never know.
Yeah, okay, because it was a ELE at the end. Um, but it just for some reason, like the way that the episode was going, it kind of out of place. Like if they would have did it like at the I don't know maybe the first part of the episode, I guess I don't know. But but the way they did it, like, because it was kind of like right before the end. That's why to me it felt out of place for them to get married right before they got to go in and try to get this plan in place.
No, they're like, we're gonna get married.
Yeah.
We're just gonna throw this in there. Let's see. What else?
Well, you know we had a twist they did.
I know. I'm just kind of making sure that there's nothing else.
Okay.
Right? There's nothing else, right? We covered everything besides what happens at the very end.
Yeah, because it's
Right?
literally
Okay. Okay.
it's literally wedding, and then Barry goes back,
Yeah.
which we already
So
talked
then Barry, future Barry says, no, don't do it. Past Barry listens to his mom. Past, future, current, present Barry listen to his mom. I, holds his mom as she does her death rattle. Oh, mom, I love you. Then goes back to time. Whatever. Goes back to current time. Just as Wells is in his little space time ship to go back to his future time, and Barry. Oh, first the helmet comes. Discuss the helmet.
Yeah. Another little nod to Flash fans. That is Jay Garrick's helmet, the first Flash. I think Silver Age Flash. I think it is the one during World War II, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Before they did the whole reinvention the first time. So that's what that was. There was a lot of little Easter eggs in that episode.
Yes, they happen quick, so you gotta pay attention. Um, Sorry. And so you have the helmet fly out of the wormhole, and then you have Barry fly through, and he's like, oh, and he smashes through the time machine, thereby pissing off Wells, who's like, no!
And
Wells
then was
becomes, yeah, he beats the brakes off of Barry. And I'm like, while Iris, who else standing there watching?
it
Is it
was Iris and Professor
Joe,
Stein.
Cisco?
It was Cisco and Joe in the actual particle accelerator, and Iris and Stein in the main room watching on the monitor.
Yeah. And Joe and Cisco get knocked out when Barry comes back through, right?
Yeah.
They get knocked down, and then Wells beats the crap out of Barry. Barry's laid out. And I'm like, Barry, I'm gonna need you to start winning now. And that's when you hear the gunshot. Heard around the world. No. So you hear the gunshot, and that's when you realize that Eddie is there, and Eddie, as the great grandfather, cut the line short and shot himself, basically erasing out fake Wells, or erasing his grandchild from existence, because hey, you can't exist if I'm dead and I ain't multiply yet. And Iris is like, no! She runs towards Eddie like, no! Joe's there like, oh my gosh, what did you do? And you see fake Wells go back to the original Thawne's face as he slowly ceases to exist in time, basically.
Basically, basically.
And, but the wormhole is becoming unstable. They're
Well,
like, we
no,
gotta go. They're
well,
like, we
no.
gotta go.
Actually, the wormhole, they had stopped it, but when Eddie shot himself, it caused a chain reaction because now Eobard Thawne never would have existed, which
Mm-hmm.
means all the stuff that happened is now it caused an extinction level event because time is trying to repair itself. If he doesn't shoot himself, none of that happens because they had stopped the wormhole. They had controlled it completely and stopped it until
To stop Barry from getting
getting
his
killed.
brakes beat off.
Yeah, because he was about to.
And oh, but when Eddie is like lying there dying and Iris is crying over him, he was like, "I got to be the hero," or something ridiculously stupid was said. I'm like, "Are you kidding
Right.
right now? What about being a hero right now when you just shot and killed yourself?"
Yep.
Really?
Well, it's the way. I don't like the line personally. I thought the line was stupid, but the way it was basically because you got to remember, well, told him he wasn't gonna be nothing, and that had been like on his mind for the past episode and a half because he was basically told amounts to nothing. So, and then you have Professor Stein who basically tells him like, "Dude, you are the wild card." Because you are the only person who actually gets to make a choice, theoretically, because he can't count for you. He has to keep you alive. In other
Mm-hmm.
words, he got to make sure nothing happens to you, or else he's out of the equation. So you,
I mean, as soon as they announce the connection, well, I mean, I guess I knew the connection before that, but once they announced it on the show, that would have been it for me. I would have been like, all right, listen, Eddie, I'm gonna need you to take one for the team. Take this L. Like, it wouldn't even gotten as far as all this. Soon as you realize that Eddie was a great, 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 great grandfather, not a cousin that they happen to share the last name, but that he was a direct descendant, and you need A to make G. I'm
yeah,
sorry, I'm taking you out. I
yeah,
mean, don't worry. You do not have to commit suicide in case the whole. You won't get into heaven. You commit suicide. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna kill you, and I'll repent for my sins, and I'm gonna be all right. Like,
yeah.
I was like, why is this even a discussion? Or okay, you know what? You don't have to kill. You don't have to kill Eddie.
Make him
You
get
just
him a
got to step.
second.
Yes, exactly. You just got to step Eddie from having a kid.
Yeah.
That is, and you're good. Eddie
So
could always adopt.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. That part. I mean, that's the part that like got me because really I did not see that coming. I did not see Eddie killing himself. I just didn't see it coming. So that part got I'm like, oh snap, that's a good twist. And then the singularity and basically the singularity that happens in the last 2 minutes of the episode is Legends of Tomorrow. It's a setup
And
for for the Legend because they show the girl that's gonna be Hawk Girl in it. She's in that episode at that point looking up and
we're
huh?
because that girl has some weird looking teeth, and she
Yes,
was like freaking me out. I'm
yeah,
like, what? I'm assuming that she is somebody important, and
she
she has
is.
some freaky looking.
Yeah, I don't know why every time they show like a commercial with her on it, they show her looking up. It makes it worse
Yeah,
because they show.
like you have like no upper lip and a whole bunch of teeth, and then like your bottom lip's in. It is the weirdest thing happening, and I get confused when I look at her. I'm like, what am I looking at here?
Yeah, it's beyond
Because
weird.
she has a little peanut head too. So a little peanut head with some big old teeth. It don't make no sense. Y'all know she had a peanut head.
we Barry has to make a choice. So it's either stay down there and don't even try and watch pretty much time take everybody out and then realign itself to match, or he tries to stop it, which he is gonna try and stop it. And he runs up the side of a building and basically runs around the extinction level event, jumping on debris that it's sucking up. And that's how the episode ends. It ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. I mean, but also let's talk about the disrespectfulness of Eddie's body being sucked into the Netherlands. Are you serious? I mean, y'all couldn't drag the body off to the side. Y'all,
I
there was
mean,
like five of you right there
and Barry could have picked him
between
up
the
and
two,
ran with
three of
him.
y'all.
Barry could have picked him up and ran with him.
Exactly. There was no excuse why you couldn't grab that man's body. But instead you just let it be sucked up with the debris. I thought that was mad disrespectful. Yo, he just killed your enemy by taking his own life. And you were just going to let his body just
I
poof
guess
go
Barry
away?
said,
Yeah. Because I'm
so.
like, are you serious?
I mean, yeah, that part was kind of weird to
It
say
wasn't
the
weird, it was
least.
wrong.
That too. That
It
too.
was straight out.
That's the only thing I don't understand. I don't understand what they're gonna do with that, because they could be trying to do something with that. I don't know, because everybody signed on for season 2.
I mean, because him getting sucked into whatever world, it felt like a soap opera death. Like you thought he was dead, he should be dead. Technically, he is dead, but then because his body is now gone, it could be put into a stasis of some sort, and he's not really dead.
Yep.
Sorry, because I watched soap operas when I was younger, and I know there's no such thing as death.
Well, this is based off a comic book.
It's
You
full
know
on
that
the
has to be done in
mummy.
a comic.
Yeah, it's full on the mummy. The death is only the beginning.
Yeah.
So
The only good thing about that is they did show Thawne being erased out of existence first before, so he could he could be saved in some ridiculous way. But yeah, I think that's the only reason why you would leave the body, because I was under the impression that everybody in the main cast had signed on for season 2.
yeah, I heard that too.
So I'm like, okay, what in the world is going on here? But that last 5 minutes, people, is actually the setup for Legends of Tomorrow, which I was wondering how they were going to do that, but apparently, especially since the Arrow finale had nothing to do with that, so that's how it's going to come out of that event, basically. Whatever happens is going to happen out of that event. So, I mean, as on the whole, I thought like the episode was actually pretty decent,
Oh
but
yeah.
kind of I kind of want my climactic fight sequence, but then again, Barry can't really fight, so
On
yeah,
fighting.
he'll have to do something, because yeah,
He keeps getting his butt whooped because he can't fight.
basically
He
he
depends
relies
solely
on
on
his
speed.
abilities entirely too much. So, what do you think about the season as a whole?
Oh, season on the whole, it was a good, strong first season. You really got to know your characters, watch them develop, but obviously not too far that they don't have way more to go. Um, I mean, you guys all know my problems with Iris, so I don't think I need to repeat any of those. Listen to any past cast, so you can hear all my issues with her.
Well,
Um,
I'm just hoping that they're better in season 2,
they're
because
not
I
because
can't
like
I can't
we
deal with
had
that for
this.
another season.
I mean, we had a discussion about this. We said how um, what's going to happen is that she is going to blame Barry for Eddie's death. That is how That's how season 2 is going to start. She's going to be blaming Eddie and probably her father, but mainly, excuse me, Barry. She's going to be blaming Barry and probably her father for Eddie's death. It's going to be all their fault. She's going to be so grief stricken that she's not going to be able to function. Yada 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 until season 2, episode 23, when she fears Barry.
Oh man,
And FYI, everybody out there listening, I said if this is how it plays out, Jay is to buy me a cookie.
uh, Jada did not agree to that.
Jay does not have to agree to it. I just said it, therefore it is true.
Believe that if you want. Believe that if you want
So
to.
I'm gonna watch. That's how they're gonna write her. Let's see. Because Eddie's body's gone. So how are you explaining that to the police? Eddie went on vacation permanently. And now's the problem. The man just disappeared last week. He's back, and now he disappeared again.
Not a better.
Yeah, and then where's Eddie's family? He doesn't have any family.
I got to go back and watch because I know they said it at the first beginning of the season. You know, when him and Barry actually started bonding. So I got to go back and watch the episode because I can't remember. I want to say he does have family. That's why I thought it was funny. I thought it would have been funny if he shot himself and nothing happened.
Exactly that. You're not my father.
Yeah, uncle. You my great
exactly.
Uncle.
You're a great influence on the family, but no, I'm not a direct line from you.
Yeah.
I don't. But overall, yes, the season was good. It was well done. It was light where it needed to be light, dark where it needed to be dark. You had a big gorilla with a hairy butt.
Well, you was really entranced by Gorilla Grodd's behind, wasn't you? We know what you like.
You gotta focus on these things when you have a big screen TV and everything is HD.
Apparently,
you notice a lot of the small things.
oh yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Apparently, you like apes. Big apes.
Cause I'm like, is the hair on the butt moving?
You was looking hard. Really.
Like that's a lot of detail that they really put into this. I was very surprised.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask why you was paying attention that hard, but okay. But I hope they do bring him back next season. Hopefully, he gets more arcs than just one episode. Because I actually like what they did with Grodd, personally, especially since they didn't kill him. So that might actually be cool.
Might actually be cool.
Yep.
Next season, you're gonna have Cisco obsessing with his powers.
Yeah. As long as he's still building cool stuff and being the comedy relief, I'm good.
Building cool stuff within 45 minutes with no equipment.
You know it. As long as they have him MacGyvering out, him and Caitlin. When they have him and Caitlin good.
Building stuff with the duct tape and a pen.
Yep.
Here, this will protect you from love. Exactly. So, all right. Anything else?
Not that I can think of. No.
Yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I'll be back for season 2.
I mean, it was. I don't see anybody not being back for season 2. I mean, they did a good job on it, especially if you're a fan of the show.
Very true. So I think that's about it for tonight. Luckily, we didn't have too many grapes, so I know you guys are happy, right? We didn't go in on Irish for 45 minutes like always.
I think that's just well,
um,
yeah, yeah. We do that.
Can't be helped. You know, they need to do better with her character. Hopefully, I'm sure we're not the only ones who feel this way about her.
No, she been
We
getting on
can't
there about
be.
the last
There
few
has
weeks.
to be others. Oh, okay. Well, good. We're not alone.
Yeah.
So, Jay, you got anything coming out soon? What are you up to?
Nothing really. I am gonna start back doing some game caps. Probably do those this weekend and put them up on the channel. There is no midweek Gamers at Large or Gamers at Large Sunday podcast this week. We're taking it off for Memorial Day observance. So nothing from the Gamers at Large.
um, So Fangirl Review was just in Atlantic City for the Boardwalk Con. Definitely check out the videos. I'm posting a video every couple of days just so you can see all the fun things, the panels and things that are down there. Also, there's a great interview with the guy behind the Atlantic City Boardwalk Con. So definitely check that out. And hopefully there'll be great contact content coming, more on Fangirl Review. Also, always check out what's going on at Gamers at Large. We always have something new going on over there. And that's about it. Okay, everybody, it has been fun. This is the season finale, so this is it. This is the end. We'll pick a different show and gripe about that one.
I guess we'll see you guys in what September. September is when it comes back. Yeah, late
Yeah,
September.
probably. So we'll be back to gripe about that, but we have to. I guess we gotta find a show for the summer to gripe about.
Um,
I
watch a
don't know
Killjoy.
what. No,
Yeah, you
no.
don't even know what that is.
Oh, maybe we won't have anything to gripe about. I don't know. I guess we'll probably start back up more of our movie reviews and our trailer reviews. It's been some time.
Yeah,
But all right,
true.
everybody, it's been fun. Have a good night.
See ya. See ya.